Good morning. Time for coffee. Best part of waking up is coffee. Start with not Folgers, but not that there's anything wrong with that. Just saying, for me, not Folgers. So, got my Aeropress here. I'm going to do the Colombia El Puente, which, as we remember, has the apricot, ladyfingers, chocolate chip, and sugarcane flavor combination thing. All right, how are we going to do this gram-wise? Let's see. Let's do 20 grams of coffee. One more bean. Yeah, okay, 20 grams of coffee. Very good. We're gonna do 300 grams of water in there, and we're gonna see how that goes. You know what would help? If I plug the machine in the right way, please. And thank you. That one had some pretty bad popcorning, which means that the grinder takes a couple of beans and likes to pop it around like popcorn in here. There were like 2 kernels that really didn't want to go down in there, so I had to adjust the grind while it was running, and they seem to have sunk down in there just fine. So, oops. And then we've got a lot of, yeah. We didn't lose too much. All right, let's get this in here to the Aeropress. And there's about 20 grams of coffee right there. And we are waiting for water, which we will put in 300 grams of. Thank you. And we've got quite a bit to go. So today's toy shelf dusting went up. And it's not a toy shelf, it's actually my 2 stands where I've got my Crow and Tom Servo sitting. And I was looking forward to that one. I didn't know how I was going to film it. Please let me know what you think if you take a look at it today. It's definitely one of my favorite ones. I love the work the guy did on both of those bots was fantastic. I love them so much. They're right there in a place of prominence. When I come down the stairs, I can see them. And it's like one of those dream come true things, you know? You hear so much about, but you never really get to experience yourself. That was mine. When I opened up the Tom Servo, after waiting, I think it was a month for him to process and put everything together and get it painted, because it's all hand done. These are all parts that he has manufactured. He put it together and put it half together, and then I finished putting it together when I got here. And then the Crow was an unfortunate story because, and I had nothing but faith in this man, the person that was selling, because I've seen the reviews, I've seen his work in person, and from other people that interacted with him. So I knew that he was a reputable individual and was going to see the job through, but it was an ordeal. He in the middle of doing his orders, MST3K, the people that were running the live show and the shows that were going out to be done live on stage, requested a dozen of the puppets from him, because what he did was so accurate and looked so nice and was so shiny and just exactly an exact duplication of what they had on the show. So they commissioned him for all of these puppets. And in the middle of the shuffle of getting all of those taken care of, he lost my order and forgot. And then there were some health things that came through, and, you know, that's very understandable. And I was nothing but understanding and tried to, you know, to tell him, you know, as long as, you know, you get it to me, I believe that you're going to. And, you know, it took about a year. I think it was a June till June to get there or something like that. And it got there just 2 weeks shy of us driving down to Nashville to see Mike, Bill, Kevin, and Bridget Nelson down in Nashville for the Riff Track show. And, you know, it was just so close. I was so worried, but it got there. He's from the north, and I watched it traipse through, and somehow it got down to Ohio, and then it made its way over to Chicago, and then it came back into Ohio. I think it got to Lima, Ohio, and then went over to Illinois, and then came back to, it was an ordeal. Tracking numbers are both a blessing and a curse. Especially when something you really want is coming, like from China. And a lot of my Star Trek figures, the taller ones, well, all of them actually from the X06 line, they are imported from China. You buy them directly from their website, and they come directly from China, where the manufacturer is. And, you know, it can be harrowing to watch watch everything land or not land or whatever, you know. So, but anyway, those two bots are definitely like two of my favorite pieces. I have a lot of stuff that I enjoy, but they are definitely my favorite stuff, along with the posters on the wall downstairs. But yeah, it was an ordeal, but he got here just in time, got him put together. We took him down. Everybody was really excited to see him. I didn't know how, like, I remember Kevin specifically telling me one day while we were down there visiting. I think we visited with them like 6 times. We've done the VIP event down there, and we've got to visit with them for about 2 hours at a bar/restaurant. But he said, "Oh, I never took Tom Servo home. I always left him at work. So I didn't mess with any of that at home." And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, he's obviously a professional. He's obviously a good person. You know, he's not going to be like, "Ooh, get that thing away from me, you horrible human being." But, you know, I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable, because you just don't know how someone's going to react. And they loved it. They thought it was great. They thought that they were great representations. So, you know, that made me feel a little better. I was a little apprehensive. You know, I was like, I don't know how they're going to react, and I don't want to put them in a situation. But it turned out really well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start a timer. We're going to let this go for about 2 minutes. But I'm going to give this a slight little bloom phase. Just slight. To give it a little bit of time. And then we're going to fill her up with 300 grams of water here. If 300 grams can fit, I don't even know if it can. Can it? Maybe it can. We'll get up to the highest point here. I'll do 250. We'll do 260. We'll do 270. 280. 290. We are living on the edge. Is Aerosmith canceled? All right, let's do this. Just FYI, every chance I get to do that, it's probably going to happen every time. So we'll pull this back. Let some of the vacuum keep everything from dripping. And we've got a cup of coffee here. That was the whole point to start with. Oh, you. Comes that medium roast. It's just a wonderful smelling cup of coffee. You can smell sweetness. You can smell chocolate chip. I mean, Ladyfingers just seems like such a nuanced, light flavor. I don't know. Yeah. There is an underlying sweetness that one could call sugarcane. The mediumness and the body of it make it very chocolatey. It's just such a wonderful flavor coming out of this coffee, and it's weird because you just get this really fun sweet hit at the beginning of your tongue, and then it just it just goes for days, or at least a couple of minutes while you swallow it because it's really frickin' hot. Well, that's my morning coffee. Look forward to another toy shelf dusting tomorrow. It's actually going to be a cabinet. Spoilers. But look forward to that. And then I'm going to do some more recording today and tomorrow, hopefully. And we'll update you more on that tomorrow morning or afternoon when this decides to go out on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a really good day. Bye.